Now, there are a range of changes from a social security perspective. A lot of the age pension related changes were deferred until after the first term of this federal government's tenure. They were pushed out until 2017 based on the fact that they said that they weren't going to make any changes to the age pension. So they're all pushed out until after their first term of government. One thing that has been impacted is that people who are under 35, who are on the disability support pension, there's going to be increased requirement. If they're working, I think 8 hours or got the potential to work 8 hours, there's going to be a requirement for them to satisfy an activity test, so put more time into looking for work and moving off the disability support pension. There's tighter restrictions on the disability support pension for those that are travelling overseas. In the past, you could travel overseas for 6-week periods and it wouldn't impact your disability support pension. If you came back, that 6-week period would be reset. What they're doing now is they're saying that you can be overseas for a maximum of 4 weeks, and if you're overseas for more than 4 weeks, even if it is on different trips, then your disability support pension, will stop until you return. Another change, and again, this is one of those ones that's triggered to start in 2017, not immediately, is that the income and assets test threshold is going to be frozen for 3 years, which means that as your assets increase in value, your super increases in value, then you potentially the amount of pension that you get, whether you're on the age pension, the carer's pension, disability support pension, veteran's pension, the amount of pension you receive during that period from 2017 might reduce if your assets have increased in value. Another way that they've trying to address the age pension burden, as we're having an aging population and more people reliant on the age pension, is to change the way that the age pension and other pensions are increased. They're currently increased by the greater of the CPI or another wage-based indexation. Now what they're doing is they're changing that to CPI. So the CPI might be like 2% or possibly 3%, whereas the wage-based increment might be more 3 to 4%. So the amount that the age pension is going to increase from the 1st of September 2017 is going to reduce because it's only based on the consumer price index or inflation. So that's another measure that they've put in to reduce the amount of age pension that they need to pay out, which means if you're going to be on the age pension, it's going to impact the amount that you're paid. That indexation process of using the CPI rather than an employment measure or a wage measure for those that on the parenting payment will start from the 1st of July 2014. Now, another one for those on the age pension is that and again, it's after the first term of the coalition government. So if you do want to, vote against those changes, then you can. I guess one of the technical people that presented on the changes in the budget said there's only 900 and something days of maximum 900 and something days before the next election. So you can, vote if you want to. But I think there are reasons. Some of these are reasonable measures, but it does impact the amount of pension you will pay. Here's a classic example. So the deeming thresholds will change. So the current deeming thresholds, and deeming is effectively the assumption that Centrelink makes to the amount your investments earn. Now, the amount of your assets below 46,600, the amount that's deemed is 2% of that. For the amount over that figure, it's deemed to earn, I think it's 3.5%. Now, they're going to change this threshold here from 46,600 to $30,000, which will have an impact of $125 per annum for a single age pensioner. So that's the effect of this particular change in deeming thresholds. And I don't think they're going to index them up, they're just going to fix them. And for a couple, the threshold is going to go from $77 to $400, which means they might get $206 less annually. That's an annual reduction. So there's just these little things that are being put in place, reduce the burden on the age pension, which then means that if you want to maintain your lifestyle, you need to rely on your assets a little bit more.